Sam and Charlene, Opulent Gypsy here, to go over the 7 things to do and see in Nassau, Bahama. Number 1, forts. There are a lot of forts, 4 of which are in the Nassau area, and they're pretty cool. There's Fort Fincastle, Fort Charlotte, Fort Stanley, and Fort Montague. And even though I like to tell the story about being held captive in the forts, captive really means that the tour got started late and I was getting a little hangry by the end of it because I was promised some fish fry, which will come a little bit later, and kind of felt like I was being held captive. But the forts are really cool and they're in really good shape, so they're definitely something cool to see if you're in the Nassau area. So number 2.
The Queen's Stairs is another thing that you can do, and that's close to, do you remember which fort it's close to? Fincastle. Yeah, it's close to Fincastle, and it's a really amazing place. You'll see some pictures here in a second about it. But it's got 65 steps going up to it, so be in shape for your 65s, or you do your workout on your 65 steps. And usually there's some vendors down at the bottom of it. There's some craftspeople, stuff like that, down at the bottom of the steps in the shade that you can buy things from and that sort of stuff.
Sometimes it's the top too, so there can be like kind of local vendors at the top or the bottom. Yeah,
vendors pretty much everywhere that you can get your hands on, and please buy things from them. It's good for their economy.
Yeah, they are very good. So number 3, the fish fry. So as I said earlier, I was looking very much forward to the fish fry, and I didn't have a very big breakfast, so I was getting a little cranky and hungry by the time we got to the end of our tour, even though I highly recommend seeing the various forts. But about a mile and a half from where the boats dock, there is an area called the Fish Fry, and it has a bunch of restaurants and bars, and it is really a really great place to go. We enjoy it every time we go. It's a mile and a half walk, and we got dropped off there after we did our tour for the first time, and we had to walk back. We didn't have to walk back, but we did walk back. And like I say, it was a bit of a trek. Not maybe 100% safe because some of it didn't have sidewalks, but other than that, it was really a nice walk. I complained a lot about it though.
It was easier for me because I picked up a drink on the way, which was this drink that she wouldn't have anything to do with. It's gin and coconut milk, coconut milk and like lime or something. It really seems like it would be horrible, and I won't lie, when you first try it, it's kind of bad. But if you take a second sip, it starts to warm you up, and you get to the place where you kind of like it. So anyway, try that. You can get that down the fish fry too. I got mine from like a street vendor too, which I think was the other thing that kind of put Charlene off of it. It was coming out of a milk jug that somebody had in the bottom of a. It's like I was buying out somebody's trunk.
Right. But
But
still, he didn't die. So
Yeah, I
made it through.
I made it, and it made the walk bearable.
Yeah, and it was. I would caution you walking back and forth though, because we were going back when it was much slower. Like a lot of the shops had closed, and like I say, so I didn't really feel that scary to kind of walk on the street. A bit like say there was a couple blocks where we kind of had to scurry.
The street could have gotten busy if
it were earlier in the day. But we were in one of the boats that like got in a little bit later in the morning, but stayed really late. So we were heading back like maybe at 6 or something. So there was a lot of stuff closed, so it wasn't nearly as busy down there. But anyway, be careful if you're going to walk because it could, no sidewalks and stuff kind of make it a little dangerous.
Yeah, and if you go there late, sometimes you can get free food. Charlene got some.
Yeah, so because we took us a while to get our food, Sam got this massive amount of conch that was
conch salad, which was really just conch. When it says salad, it was a pile of conch that was as big as your head
with lemon juice poured on it, and we know it was very fresh because we saw the guy cut it up in front, and then the lady walked it back to us. So very fresh ceviche conch. So anyway, very good stuff though. So on to number 4. That's you.
Bay Street. It's where a lot of the food and shops. It's close to the cruise ships.
Yeah, just a few blocks get you in the main area off of Nassau. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to
all sorts of neat side
take a taxi
streets.
or anything. You're just right there.
Yeah, go early to get your Hard Rock shirts if you collect those, because it took me I think 3 trips to finally get one because I kept not going until late in the day.
Yeah,
and they were sold out usually by the time I got back because so many cruise ships dock in Nassau.
Yeah, I'm sure if that and a Harley shirt. Harley Nassau, you get there earlier. You're gonna go without,
unless you're like a really unusual size, and I'm a pretty usual American size. I'm a big boy.
Sure enough. But yeah, Bay Street has also, in addition to the shops though, it also has people that do handcraft stuff have gotten like a handcrafted purse, and we got like a copy of a watercolor.
They've got a brewery there now.
They have a brewery now, like Pirates Republic. So they're it's a pretty cool place, and it's like I say, you don't have to pay to go take the taxi to get where you need to go. You can just go about. So
there's a nice Greek restaurant we go to a lot. That may not be on Bay Street. That may be a little bit further into town.
Don't miss the side roads. Just kind of go down the little side roads. My mom got a Gucci from one of the shops on the side. So there's just a lot of interesting stuff. So don't just stay on the main street.
And look for the second story stuff. That was the point of the restaurant. The restaurant's up. There's a store underneath, and then you walk up steps to get to the restaurant. But then you can sit out and kind of get a view of the street and everything. It's kind of a fun time there.
Yeah, we had a great view. So that was fun. Ready to go 5?
Sure.
Straw market. So the straw market, when we our first cruise, we went to the straw market, and at that time, it was a long time ago, and there were like tarps, and it wasn't the straw market of today. Today, it's like a big covered building, and little vendors are set up, kind of swap meet style. But it was a very intimidating place, and
it was scary for some people.
It was a very intimidating experience. I kind of like a lot of personal space, or at least I did at the time. And Sam and I were newly married, so I got a little intimidated, and I started putting off this odor.
Oh, it was horrendous.
And I would ask him, I'm like, do I smell? And he, what do you say when you're a newlywed? So
my bride is asking me whether she stinks, and she does stink, but I can't tell her that. I just kind of was trying to move her into perfume shops to try out. Maybe we get some samples or something.
Yeah, to hose me down. So anyway, so glad our relationship is involved, so that he could tell me that I
yeah,
stunk,
if she stinks now, I would tell her that you reek.
And I'm pretty sure I threw those clothes away,
Yeah,
because I don't think there was not saving that. But anyway,
I didn't think that was actually something that people could do. But it was
a defense mechanism apparently. Like I say, but I've been to Straw Market many times since, and I no longer put off the stench. So I would definitely recommend Straw Market is a place to go to do a little bartering. It's a lot of fun, a lot of different things. Like kind of walk it first, because there's a lot of the same things, but then there'll be some vendors that'll have some kind of unique items, or maybe even some kind of homemade stuff. So Straw Market, very cool.
And then number 6, there's Ardastra. Am I saying that?
I don't know.
Ardastra Park.
I have no idea. It's a very cool park.
It's got trained storks in it, so the storks do little tricks for you. Yeah. And there's a bridge, an adobe bridge that goes across where the storks are hanging out.
Yeah, little bodies of water, little water gardeny kind of things. There was a parrot that we didn't have much of a conversation past hello, but yeah, some kind of.
But we did go back and forth with hello quite a bit.
Yeah, we did.
He knew hello.
He did know. He had that one down. So, but it's a pretty cool park. And I should have eaten there, but had a little snack there, but I didn't. My bad. So.
Because that was just after that is when she got put in jail in the forts.
Pretty much got held captive at various forts, but we got past that. So, and the last one on our list probably should be Atlantis, but we haven't been to Atlantis yet. So when we go explore that, we'll let you know if it's really cool, because a lot of people go and they really love it. So we're recommending Senior Frogs. So it's there's Senior Frogs at a lot of the ports, and it's a nice place for debauchery, for pirates and things of that nature. So
you always see someone rolling out late to get to the boat too, because so the drinks are inexpensive and plentiful. It's not cultural. You're not going there for culture. You're going there for the debauchery of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're on a cruise, you need to say you went to Senior Frogs, at least one of the ones.
Yeah, at least wander by it.
Yeah.
You know, kind of take a picture or something at it. So that's it. That's Charlene 7 of Nassau, Bahama. Live well.